So, the amazing Techland have brought us yet another DLC for Dying Light 1. This one we get to play with laser guns, and it's called the Astronaut Bundle. I can't believe it. I mean, we've only got a few months to go before Dying Light 2's launched, and they are still bringing us new content for the original game, 6 years after its launch. So you can see there on the main menu of Dying Light at the moment, there is an advert for the low gravity event, which also launched at the same time as this bundle. You can purchase this bundle from the main screen at the moment, but if not, you can just find it on your platform store, and it's a reasonable £2.49 in the UK. This is where you're going to find the best description of what you get in the bundle, and if we skip straight to the bottom, you'll see the laser rifle with laser ammo and a chance to burn your enemies. And we get a stasis pistol that puts your enemies in stasis with every last shell in the magazine. And the machete, that changes its effect after several consecutive hits, hence the name Shifter. And of course we get the outfit, the V9 Defender suit, which says it reduces fall damage. And a buggy skin, of course, if you've got the following DLC, the Star Rover. And we're going to have a look at all of those things. I'm going to be playing on normal. This isn't a challenge, it's just a showcase of how the weapons look. First things first, let's get the V9 Defender outfit on. And you'll find it in the DLC section of your outfits. And once I got it on, I was hoping to see myself wearing it in the main menu. But unfortunately, it seems like there's a bit of a bug. Hopefully they'll fix that at some point, because I do like to see Crane wearing it. You can see yourself wearing it in the game though, and I decided to see just how good the full damage reduction is going to be, and it turns out that, yeah, that was a bit too high. And after about 5 or 6 deaths at various different heights, I discovered that this is probably the most survivable wearing the suit, which is pretty decent to be fair. It's not a bad height to be able to jump off of and survive without the blue bin bags. So let's take a look at the V40 Suspender, which is essentially your space pistol. You just need any old pistol and those components there. And it's a blue blueprint, but I think the base weapon will determine how much damage it will do. And yeah, once it's been made, every 5th shot, as it said in the description, so you've got 5 in the clip there, the 5th one will basically, it will freeze them. But if you time it right, it does actually throw them up in the air, and it doesn't seem to rely on you needing to actually shoot one of the zombies. If it just collides with the ground, it will throw them up in the air as well, by the looks of it. And obviously keep them there for a few seconds, and then slam them back into the floor, and killing them. Sometimes the zombies will get back up again, but mostly they seem to be killed by the initial body slam. They won't always be thrown in the air. Sometimes it will just freeze them, but then you can, obviously do what you like to them after that. And occasionally I found that it won't actually do anything. Mostly it seemed to be from a height, and you can see there that they kind of get knocked by it, but it doesn't freeze them, doesn't throw them up in the air. Only seems to work, I've found, if you're down on the ground with them. And again, up from that height and that distance, absolutely no reaction whatsoever. But once you're back on the ground, as I said, it's pretty effective, and seems to mostly throw them all up in the air. It's nice when you get a nice big crowd of them, all just frozen there in time. It's quite hilarious seeing them all slam back down. And there you go, that one did survive, but yeah, not for much longer. So does it work on the big guys? Let's have a look. There you go. These ones, they do not get thrown up in the air. I guess they're too heavy, but however, they do get frozen. And yeah, that gives you an opportunity then to do what you like with them. It'll also put the goons in stasis, and surprisingly, the blast radius put that demolisher in stasis too, and he's a good 20-30 feet behind him. So the blast radius is quite impressive. The one disappointment though is that it doesn't affect the bandits. I tried it in Old Town, I tried it in the prison. Direct hits seem to do virtually nothing, rendering this a normal pistol when you come up against them. So that's a big disappointment, especially as it said in the description that it would put your enemies in stasis. It will, however, put Sergeant Death Row in stasis, so that gives you a good few seconds to get a few hits in before he wakes up and smacks you in the face again. But hilariously, when timed right, you can freeze him in his Hulk pose, which, yeah, is brilliant. Look at that. And you can shift him to one side with a hit to the face, it seems. Now you can see there the blade going from green to red. Those are 2 of the elements that the V27 shifter will shift between. We'll have a look at that in a second. It's a blue blueprint, and you can use any one of those machetes to craft it. I used a gold one because I wanted it to be as powerful as it could be, but without any other mods. Now it looks quite pretty. It's got a very plasticky looking handle and almost a painted silver blade with the Volkan writing on it. But you only really see it light up when you get into a chain attack situation. So there you go. It was blue with the electricity, green with the poison, and it goes red in order to set your zombies on fire. So yeah, I love it. Yeah, it'll start off completely plain. After a few hits, it will go green, then blue, then red. I think it goes in that order. It will also work on the alphas, I found. Still took a good few hits to die, but he gave me a good little dancing show in the process, even after death. Nighttime, of course, and in the prison there where it's dark are the best places to see the light effects as always. Find yourself a crowded spot in Old Town and you can put on a real light show with these guys. Okay, now it's time for the V23 Eraser, which is our laser gun. Again, it's a blue blueprint, but again, the base weapon will determine how much damage it will do. I've used a purple rarity military rifle there. So firstly, it's very accurate when looking down the sights. You cannot actually see the laser effect, though, from this perspective. You can, however, see it when you try and bounce it off of surfaces, which is very cool. It will literally ricochet off of any surface, it seems, be it a wall or a vehicle, and yeah, it means you can have a great deal of fun trying to create situations where you can kill the bad guys without actually aiming for them. It looks better in the dark as well, very Star Wars as you can see. My only bugbear is the reloading animation. It really doesn't give you enough time, especially when one of the big guys is chasing you, to get a cartridge in there. As you can see, I failed a couple of times and then died. Of course, if you keep an eye on how many shots you've got left in the clip, then you can reduce the possibility of running out midway through an attack. He does take way too long to check the clip before he pops a new one back in. I'm not using a HUD here, so yeah, I kept running out because I couldn't keep an eye on how much I had. As you can see, it did the goon, did the demolisher. You can still see the laser ricochets even in this sunny environment as it bounces off his armor and his helmet there. Stand your ground with a charge, helmet off, and he's dead. So this does work with the bandits in the prison, I'm pleased to say. Not sure if it's any more effective than a normal rifle, apart from the fact that every few shots you can actually set them on fire. Of course, as mentioned earlier, it's much better to use any of these weapons in the dark. You can see all of the nice lit up LED details on the side of the weapon there next to the switchgear. The nice kind of Volkan wave effect on the muzzle. That's also present on the pistol. I should have mentioned that earlier. You probably noticed though. It's a very nice detail. But it's the actual laser beams that make this weapon one of my new favourites. It's pretty good at dispatching of pretty much anything, the same way any other rifle would be, but this is what I live for. Getting in a dark tunnel and luring them down and then ricocheting off the walls and setting them all on fire. Yeah, firecrackers come in handy again. So as you can see, backing away from the tunnel afterwards, and they're all coming out the same spot, is a good way of setting several of them on fire all at once. So, the buggy, the V39 Star Rover. Not normally a massive fan of new buggy skins, but I have to say this one looks pretty darn cool. It's almost like a white version of the Volkan combat armor one. You can see the kind of like carbon effect there, but it's like white and silver. With the sun shining off of that little carbon effect there, I think it's quite impressive. But the most impressive thing is that for the first time ever, they've upholstered the seat and steering wheel. And I've never seen that before with any other buggy skin. It's always exactly the same steering wheel and seat. On this occasion, they've put one in that exactly matches the car itself. And I think that's a really nice detail. Again, the best way to see this buggy skin is going to be at night. Now I've got it with the UV lights on there, so it's all shining up nice and blue. You can see the Volkan wave going down the side. It's very nice until the UV lights go off, and then it looks a little bit plainer, to be honest. And the interior looks fantastic with the UV lights on as well. I'm so pleased they put some extra details on the inside. So is this bundle a good bundle? Well, Again, it's £2.49 in the UK. That's virtually nothing really for what you get, and with only a few months to go before DL2 comes out, it blows me away that they're still producing content for DL1, and it's quality stuff as well. This isn't sort of, just yet another rubbish reskin. It is something that's well thought out and well designed and looks beautiful, and I for one think it's great. So let me know what you think about the bundle in the comments. I have to apologise that there's quite a few ums in this video because I did it off the cuff, didn't do a script because I've not had a great deal of time this weekend. I just wanted to get this video up, and I hope that you enjoyed it regardless. So if you did like it, then please leave a like and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.